Yeah, a second trimester, you are now becoming a maturedly pregnant woman. And just before you could say Jack, A to Z, you just find out that the changes of the first trimester are just eroding away, and second trimester is getting in with its own peculiarities. On today's vlog, I'm Jaket Toluani Setro, a Nigerian-based YouTuber, a fashion trainer, and also a lifestyle blogger. So you're welcome today. If you've not watched my first trimester experiences and when things goes wrong in pregnancy, I'd like you to watch it because this is just an update on it. So where we stopped, I told you that something gagacious happened in my second trimester. And right now, as I'm doing this video, I'm really in my second trimester. I'm about rounding up my second trimester. It's, well, to do this video, do you know the meaning of what? I had to gather much strength to do this video because I'm this kind of person. I don't like being moody. I want to be lively. But second trimester comes with its own peculiarities. Mood swing. At times you just cry. At times you just feel headache. At times you just feel. But the first thing, remember where we started in the first trimester? My cravings for pepper, how I knew it was second trimester was that it disappeared. Genge, welcome to the heartburn trimester. Heartburn. Heartburn because the baby is now growing, the tummy is growing, and there is little space left for the digestion of the food intake. So your food intake has just got to reduce drastically, as in the volume of your food intake has to reduce. So right now, it's not about, I don't even dare pepper. Pepper? No, there's nothing like pepper. That first trimester, it must be pepper. But now, I don't want pepper. That's how it started. I don't want pepper in it because it will be as when I eat like this, it will be as if the food is staying on my throat. I'll say my husband. There was actually a night, I think I had my supper around maybe 7 or thereabouts, and it was pepperish. Do you know that I could not belch until it was after 12 a.m.? I had to sit up. It was a terrible experience. So the experience of heartburn during second trimester is something that expectant mothers, pregnant women tend to deal with. But tips that will help you on dealing with this heartburn is that please eat little at a time, because the digestive system right now, the stomach, the baby, and every other thing, they're taking bigger up space, and for the food to go through the esophagus, it will take time, and yet your baby will be hungry, and once your baby is hungry, you just be feeling headache. Once you're feeling slight headache, it's either you're not sleeping well or you're not eating well. Yes, that's one of the two things. It's either you're not sleeping well or you're not eating well. So, and for you to eat well again, now look at the challenge. Before it digests, that's another thing. So you just try to stay away from peppery things that have too much of pepper. That was how I tried to deal with it. Then I try to eat little at a time. Then I don't eat anything beyond 6 p.m. I think that started working for me. I just felt that any pepper must not enter my mouth before 6 p.m. But you know what? Today, I must confess to you, today that I'm doing this vlog, I'm not in my station, and I had to eat peppery because I'm not eating since. I had to eat something peppery at around after 6 p.m. So I'm going to see how I'm going to deal with it. I'll still tell you the experience in my subsequent videos. I think that's it on heartburn. It's really something really you have to contend with in your second trimester. And then another thing is sweating. And I'm this type of person because I'm not really on the plumpy side. By God's grace, it's God's mercy. It's not that maybe I'm too fat before I got pregnant. I don't really sweat like that. But this time around, come sick of it. Hey, and it happened to be in the dry season, as in the weather here in Nigeria. The weather here in Nigeria is so hot. Even I'll bathe like a countless time a day. And do you know what I do to sleep? To go to bed, I have to take water. I'll take a cloth in water, put it in water, then wear it. It dries on my body. At night, I still stand up again. Because I was not using AC during this my pregnancy. Previous pregnancies, I was using AC. Now, as in, it was terrible coping with the sweating, and just before you do anything, you start sweating. So how can you cope with this? I think you often, bathe often, and take cold shower. Then I started taking. This is my fourth pregnancy. This is my fourth baby, and do you know that this is the pregnancy in which I saw myself taking cold water like never before. I don't know how it's worked, but my children were just like my other children were saying, but mommy, you don't take cold water. Why you say cold water is not because I'm a chorister. I do take a lot of hot water, and hot water is good health-wise for your health. Even when you first deliver, you know it's a no-no for cold water. But because of the temperature and the sweat in this pregnancy, I can say this pregnancy I've sweated so much. I don't know why, but the sweating was so much. So I'm coping with it by just taking regular shower. Most times I'm not always wearing anything. My children will be saying, "Mommy, wear something." I say, "You don't know how I'm feeling. Please leave me. I'm not wearing anything." So that's another one. Then another thing I've been dealing with, or you have to deal with during this second trimester, it's urinary inconsistency, or how do we put it? Whereby you can't even control your urine. About 50% of pregnant women, you see that maybe when you laugh or you cough, little amount of urine, it's something you can't control. But I think after birth, it's just going to go to the normal position. So it's something you might just be feeling that, it's okay. So when you read about it, you say, okay, you can still cope with it. Then we talk about vaginal discharge. That's another thing. Vaginal discharge, normally, it increases as you're getting closer to delivery. That's what I experienced. That's what I'm experiencing in this, my second trimester. But I had a challenge. I think it's mid-second trimester. You know, during my first trimester in the same pregnancy, I was hospitalized. During my first trimester, I think it was towards the ending of my first trimester, I was hospitalized for malaria and maybe infection. Malaria and infection, something they called it. Try to check. Maybe I'll write it on the screen. So if you want to know about that, please watch my first video on my first trimester experiences. So second trimester again. What is it? This one is wonderful. My first baby, I did not even have anything. My first baby, I told this is my fourth. My first baby, I was just relaxed. I was not really working then. I would just I never had any challenge. It was just a smooth sail. I just went to deliver. But why is it this? So, but I know it's really, really special. It's a special baby. So, second trimester, that's how it happened again. Abby, I started seeing heavy discharge and all that. I started reading about it. So I read about it. They said it's normal, but when it's 2SS, you have to see your doctor. And you now know, not even now SS. And I had itching, and it got to bruises. So I just had to go and see the doctor. They gave me vaginal cream. After giving vaginal cream, they asked me to run MCS, different type. They asked me to run tests. I'm going to show you the results. So the test came out. The doctor said, as you can see, Satan has infection. It has candidus. I said, that's not me. I'm facing it. No, it's good to say. I said, that's not me. It has candida. I said, why? What is candida? It's a fungal infection. It happens to pregnant women. It's because of it's because of pregnancy, because of different hormones that relax. They've relaxed their work. So that's why that infection could take place. I think it was candidas and calibiasis or something, another great infection. So, but for candidas, I read that what you just need is a vaginal cream that will treat it in your private part where you're having the inching and all the likes, and it will be over. So they gave me a vaginal cream. I started using it. Then I still ran some tests. After that, they now put me on antibiotics. I had to read on it. How safe is this antibiotic they're giving me? I told you something. I've had an horrible experience in the past. I still say, if you want to know about it, you can comment in the comment section below, reach me, and we talk about getting out of challenges. I just don't take things like that. I remember something now. During my first trimester experience, when I was at the hospital, and the doctor, I told you it was a government hospital, a general hospital, a big hospital for that matter. So the doctor wrote me some drugs, and I said, please, are you sure this is safe in pregnancy? He said, what? Are you in a chemist or what? Or where are you? Is it that I don't know that? And these are gynaes. Is it that I don't know that you are pregnant or what? I was just smiling. We were both smiling, but I knew what I was saying, because the other time also, it wasn't a doctor that prescribed this to me, and that happened. But I thank God that's not my portion again in life. So in pregnancy, you just don't lose yourself, and you read. As you're reading, you get medications. As you're getting medications, you face it also. Yeah, I must tell you, there's the part of medications, there's the part of your faith in God. So I had to, as I was doing all the medications, I made sure that I wanted to go for all the medications so that the devil doesn't take an advantage of me. I was going for the medications and I was still praying. So they set me on an antibiotic. I prayed about it. I read about it. What's even the name of the antibiotic? Maybe I'll write it on the screen so that you see. So I used it. I just said, my baby is going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. And I really want to bless God. I'm really, really okay. And my baby is doing fine. So that was treated, and I knew I was healed because all the symptoms I was having. Do you know that time that I was having that real vaginal discharge, I could not even walk. On my way to the hospital, I could not walk, inching, bruises, and it was horrible. But I thank God everything just went over after using the vaginal cream, taking the prescriptions and every other thing. So what do I have to say? All pregnancies are not same. And don't just, I've had a pregnancy also that I was bleeding and everything, and yet it was great. That my baby was very, very great. All pregnancies are not same. And if you're having any challenge in pregnancy, don't feel that's the end of the road. No. Just take all the necessary medical precautions, all the necessary medical things you have to take, and don't take it just alone. Still exercise your faith in God, because the medical people will tell you that we care, it's God that heals. Yes. So I just try to make sure I balance everything up. And I really want to bless God. I'm doing great today. As you can see, I'm talking and I'm good. That experience in second trimester was a awful one. When I got to the hospital, the nurses were just laughing at me. They said this, but I thank God I overcame it. So these are some of the things I experienced in my second trimester. I'm about wrapping up my second trimester right now, going to my third trimester. I could just tell you more about third trimester from my first, second, third baby, but I'm still going to tell you more about third trimester with this, my fourth baby. So you see everything, each baby has his or her own peculiarities.